Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, Aenor had her Valisline removed by Solus, and then he dumped her. It was a very confusing, upsetting time. However, we can't really afford to brood on all of that. We have to prepare for Corypheus. Morrigan did ask to speak with us in Skyhold's garden when we were ready, and I do believe that now is the time. As you can see, she's not over here. So perhaps in the room with the Eluvian.
Inquisitor, thank the Maker you're here. Morrigan chased after her son into the Eluvian. She was terrified.
Yeah, chasing Kieran.
She was chasing Kieran? She said he activated the mirror somehow, and then she ran into it. I've never seen Morrigan like that. You must go after her. I will find help, Inquisitor.
I do like the subtle shade there. I've never seen Morrigan act like that. She was caring for someone other than herself. Oh, in we go. I do love Morrigan as a character. I like seeing her growth over the course of the series.
Wait, this isn't the Crossroads. This is the Fade. How did the Eluvian lead here? Can it go anywhere?
I mean, we did see us. I just love it that we're back here. Yeah, we did see plenty of Eluvians the last time we were in the Fade. You know, it makes sense that they'd be able to connect to each other. Go hell, that's... Oh, they're hanging from a hand. Lovely. Wonderful. And you can come with me, thank you kindly. God, how was Kieran able to activate the Eluvian? I think that's probably, you know, the primary thought in Aenor's mind, but also, you know, like, this poor little kid, lost and alone in all of this craziness.
Morrigan! Go back! I must find Kieran before it's too late.
Why would Kieran do this? How could he do this? We stand in the Fade. To direct the Eluvian here would require immense power. If he is lost to me now after all I have sacrificed...
We'll find him.
We'll find him, Morrigan. He can't be far.
The Fade is infinite. He could literally be anywhere. Whatever happens to him now, 'tis my doing. I set him on this path. Please, help me look, Inquisitor. Just a little longer.
I absolutely love Morrigan's voice actress here. Like, she genuinely sounds like she is scared, like she is pain, like... Not like she is pain, like she is in pain, like the worry she has for her son is causing her physical pain. And I mean, it would. He's missing. She can't find him. Of course she'd be in pain. And I get just comparing that to the... Well, isn't that lovely? To the Morrigan from Dragon Age Origins, you know, like, oh, we can, you know, make this child and it won't be anything, but she's come to love him, she's come to care for him, and the voice actress is killing it. It's probably aided by the fact that, you know, Kieran is voiced by Odin Black, Claudia's own son, so, you know, talking about him like he's lost, you know, you would assume that would cause an emotional response. Oh, I love this section. I love this section so much. A yoink. Got poor Morrigan. She's just like, where is my son? And Aenor's like, I'm a loot. I'm a loot as I go. 1 minute. Kieran will be fine, probably. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. come with me too? I mean, this is the Fade. As long as we focus on Kieran, that should lead us right to him, right? That's how the Fade works. Come on, up and over.
There he is! Who's with him?
That's... No. It can't be.
Oh, hello! Hello there, my favoritist of characters.
Mother!
Mother.
Now, isn't this a surprise?
I think... now is not the time for jokes. Now is really not the time for jokes. I think she'd be feeling very cautious. Aenor has no idea who this woman is, so... just, you know, like, let's be polite, let's be friendly, don't hurt the boy.
Clearly not the good sort of surprise.
My lovely Morrigan has a flair for the dramatic. Thankfully, my grandson is more sensible.
Kieran is not your grandson. Let him go.
As if I were holding the boy hostage. She's always been ungrateful, you see.
Ungrateful! I know how you plan to extend your life, wicked crone. You will not have me, and you will not have my son!
That's quite enough. You'll endanger the boy.
What have you done to me?
I have done nothing. You drank from the well of your own volition.
You are Mathal.
Pleased to meet you! Just like, yep, complete acceptance. That's impossible. I think this suits Aenor perfectly. I mean, Abelas said that Mythal was murdered. Like, the idea that the elven gods could have survived to this, like, some of the ancient elves, sure, that's believable, but remnants of the elven gods or whatever they were surviving to this day, Aenor would believe it to be completely impossible.
You can't be Mythal, that's not possible.
Explain to me, dear girl, why I cannot be what I am.
I know what Mythal was. Oh. Mythal is long dead. You're not god. You're not even elven. And what does it matter, her heritage? She could be half-elven. For all we know. In this universe, half-elves look human. So, like, that... I don't think that would matter to Aenor. I mean, if Aenor knows what Mythal was, then I will trust her.
Mythal was the goddess of justice. I've seen the statues. She...
was one of the people. Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry, Mother. I heard her calling to me. She said now was the time.
I do not understand.
Once I was but a woman, crying out in the lonely darkness for justice. And she came to me, a wisp of an ancient being, and she granted me all I wanted and more. I have carried Mythal through the ages ever since, seeking the justice denied to her.
So it's not necessarily that you're Mythal, it's that you're carrying her spirit.
Then you carry Mythal inside you.
She is a part of me, no more separate than your heart from your chest. You hear the voices of the well, girl. What do they say?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal? A legend-given name and called a god? Or something more? Truth is not the end, but a beginning. So young and vibrant, you do the people proud, and have come far. As for me, I have had many names, but you may call me Flemeth.
The elves needed you. I mean, I think... Oh, which one? Which one? I could go for either, because this is... Over the past couple of weeks, Aenor has learned a hell of a lot about the Elven nation, about, you know, the fall of Arlathan, about Mythal, about the Valasleen, all of this, that, and the other, and it's all been so much, and these revelations that the ancient elves are still alive. Potentially there are other temples. If there was one, then there are bound to be others. So potentially there are countless ancient elves out there who saw their descendants struggling. And Aenor isn't even necessarily referring to the Dalish here. She's referring to the people who, you know, when Andraste destroyed Tevinter and their elven slaves were freed, and they struggled so much to make a new elven nation, and they stumbled and fell and ultimately caused their own downfall. Like, where were you? Why didn't you help us out then? Maybe all of this could have been avoided. Like, you don't want to help us out now because we have differentiated so much. You kind of view the Dalish as Shemlin. That's fair. But surely the slaves, like, maybe you could have taught them. Maybe there was still hope for them, and everything that came after could have been avoided. And now apparently Mythal exists. Mythal is out there doing shit. And you have not helped us either. Like, what is this? But at the same time, she's just given a name drop. You may call me Flemeth. And, you know, Aenor has studied, you know, various histories and tales, and she knows the tale of Flemeth. And what she's saying here about, like, oh, I was denied justice and Mythal came to me and I've carried her ever since. She's like, oh yeah, this is sounding familiar. This is sounding really familiar. I'm drawn to the top one. She's just said her name, so I think this would be at the forefront of her mind, and hopefully we can follow up with this.
I know the name Flemeth. My people call you Ashabelenar, the woman of many years, and speak of your legend. It says long ago you left your husband for a lover. Your husband then tricked you, killed your lover, and imprisoned you. Then a spirit came to offer you vengeance. Mythal. That's what you spoke of.
One day someone will summarize the terrible events of your life so quickly. But yes, I was that woman. That is how my tale began.
Flemeth appears in other legends, helping heroes for reasons of her own.
I nudge history when it's required. Other times, a shove is needed.
I absolutely adore Kate Mulgrew's voice. Oh my god. What a voice. Hot damn. Also, I just want to specify this because I've seen this a couple of times that the Dalish know that Mythal is still alive. I think if that's how you're reading it, I think you might be misinterpreting it. What she said, my people know you as Ashabelenar, the woman of many years, that doesn't really indicate, oh, we know you as Mythal and we worship you as a goddess. They recognize that Flemeth is a powerful woman who is old and wily and wise beyond her years, beyond her means. She is a woman worthy of respect. I've seen that, you know, like, oh, because Merrill bows to Flemeth, she recognizes her as a goddess. She doesn't. She recognizes her as Asha Belenar, a woman to be respected, who, you know, if I fuck with her, then potentially she'll cut me up into little pieces and hang me from trees. Respecting someone because they are powerful is different from knowing that they are not exactly the reincarnation of a goddess, but you know, that she carries a piece of Mythal. Those are two very different things, and I don't think they should be confused. I don't think the Dalish have any knowledge that Mythal and Flemeth and Asha Belenar are one in the same. I mean, the Inquisitor doesn't seem to know that. No other Dalish has indicated that. Really, the only proof is Merrill bows to her. Like, that's it. That's the only proof of that theory. I disagree with it wholeheartedly.
If Mythal is a part of you, why haven't you helped us? We've called to you, prayed to you.
What was could not be changed.
What about now? You know so much.
You know not what you ask, child.
I really like this, because I haven't been playing Aenor as a particularly elfy elf, to quote Sarah. And I really like that this is the whole, like, oh, you know so much, we could learn so much from you. It's not, we are the true Elven, why will you not come to us? Like, I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much.
Why did Mythal come to you?
For a reckoning that will shake the very heavens.
And you follow her whims. Do you even know what she truly is?
You seek to preserve the powers that were, but to what end? It is because I taught you, girl. Because things happened that were never meant to happen. She was betrayed as I was betrayed, as the world was betrayed. Mythal clawed and crawled her way through the ages to me, and I will see her avenged. Alas, so long as the music plays, we dance.
That's such a good line. This is so cool. I love it. This is a very powerful being. Let's not get aggressive.
I presume you know what we're up against.
Better than you could possibly imagine.
So will you help us?
Once I have what I came for.
No. I will not allow it.
He carries a piece of what once was, snatched from the jaws of darkness. You know this.
He is not your pawn, Mother. I will not let you use him.
Have you not used him? Was that not your purpose? The reason you agreed to his creation?
That was then. Now he is my son. Flemeth extends her life by possessing the bodies of her daughters, Inquisitor. That was the fate she intended for me. I thwarted her, and now she intends to have Kieran instead.
We could just straight up attack her. No, Aenor would not do that. I love the look of surprise, almost, on Flemeth's face when Morrigan says, "He is my son." That look of, oh, I wasn't necessarily expecting that. I do think with their relationship, mostly on Flemeth's end, there is some degree of, I want to watch her. I want to see how exactly she evolves when left to her own devices. And Morrigan has been hidden from Flemeth's view for quite a while. So presumably she hasn't realised just how attached Morrigan has grown to be to Kieran. That was not good English, but I hope you understand what I mean. That look of surprise, oh.
Wait, the way she talked about Kieran.
I am not the only one carrying the soul of a being long thought lost.
He is more than that, Mother.
As am I. Yet do you hear me complain? Our destinies are not so easily avoided. dear girl.
Mother, I have to.
You do not belong to her, Kieran. Neither of us do.
And why now?
If Kieran is so special, why did you wait until now to come for him?
I did not know where he was. Morrigan cleverly hid him from me. Until now.
'Twas the well.
Always grasping beyond your reach, despite all that I taught you.
Oh, and there it is. I do think Morrigan will learn from this. I think Morrigan's greatest sin is hubris. She thinks she knows best, and she thinks she knows everything. And this is one giant middle finger to her to say, oh, you thought you knew. You thought you knew, and it turns out you didn't know shit, and now you've put your son in danger. Maybe next time you'll think this all through. I love it. We can't stop him. Stop her. Let's just give up. Just give up, go home. All we can do is try to appeal to her. That's what Aenor's thinking. We can't possibly attack her. Like, hopefully, we can appeal to her and hope that she doesn't take him.
Whatever else you think he is, Kieran is still a child.
And so much better behaved than his mother was at his age.
Kieran,
As you wish. Hear my proposal, dear girl. Let me take the lad, and you are free of me forever. I will never interfere with or harm you again. Or keep the lad with you, and you will never be safe from me. I will have my due.
he returns with me.
Decided so quickly.
Do whatever you wish. Take over my body now if you must, but Kieran will be free of your clutches. I am many things, but I will not be the mother you were to me.
No more dreams?
No more dreams. A soul is not forced upon the unwilling, Morrigan. You were never in danger from me. Listen to the voices. They will teach you, as I never did.
Wait!
God damn, that's good. Ooh! Oh, I have so many things I want to talk about. This is going to be another episode dedicated to one cutscene. I regret nothing.
Are you all right, Kieran? You are not hurt?
I feel lonely.
She wanted the old god soul all along. Is it worth reminding myself that perhaps I do not know everything after all? My mother has the soul of an elven goddess, or whatever Mythal truly was, and her plans are unknown to me.
Oh, the look Flemeth gives Morrigan when Morrigan says, I will not be the mother you were to me. There is genuine pain in that. There is genuine pain and sorrow. And I get the feeling that Flemeth tried her best with Morrigan. However, she's a woman that has lived for many, many centuries. Obviously, her parenting techniques are going to be quite old-fashioned. It's like in the Fade, if you bring Morrigan into the Fade, she's arguing with a spirit that is claiming to be Flemeth. And at first she's trying to be like, I'm excited, I apologise. At first the spirit tries to be like, oh, I am your dearest mother, why will you not embrace me as such? And Morrigan's just like, this is bullshit. And finally the spirit says, you know, I've had enough of your lip, and properly like smacks her across the face. And Morrigan says, well, that's more like it, but it's already too little too late. So, you know, Flemeth is beating Morrigan as a child. Like, because it wasn't like a little swat, it was a full-on slap. An open palm slap across the face. That isn't capital punishment, or is it capital punishment? Where you use like beatings and shit to discipline a kid. I can't remember what the correct term is, but like that goes way beyond like a spanking or like some kind of like swat. That's just straight up abuse. Slapping your child across the face is just straight up abuse. And I get the feeling that Flemeth tried her best with Morrigan, but it wasn't so successful. And maybe Flemeth is hurt with the, you know, like, oh, I tried my best and it wasn't good enough. Because that's never an easy message to get. You know, like, you tried, and it no matter how much you tried, no matter how much you did, your best simply wasn't good enough. It hurts. It hurts to be told that. And it's so interesting, that look of pain and sorrow. And how even at the end, when she's walking away saying, listen to the voices, they'll teach you as I never did, Morrigan still calls out for her mother. She still calls out, wait, and Flemeth walks away. She doesn't look back. She just walks away. It's so interesting. I love Flemeth. I love her as a character. Also, before I move on, I just kind of want to talk about what happened there, because I'm sure by this point everyone knows what happened. However, I have seen some people who played this blind who got a little bit confused. So for anyone who is maybe watching this blind, when Morrigan said, you know, he comes with me, and Flemeth turned to face Kieran and the blue thing kind of floated out of him, it wasn't that she had placed that in him and she was taking it back. What we walked in on, I would assume it was Kieran showing off the power of the old god soul. It wasn't any kind of transference. She was simply looking at what he could do. And so that bit at the end was her removing the old god soul from Kieran. That's why he says, you know, in response to, are you all right? Are you uninjured? He says, I feel lonely. Because his body is now only being inhabited by his soul. He's grown up with two souls in his body, and that's been taken away from him. So for the first time, he feels true loneliness. I fucking love that cutscene, man. I love that cutscene so much.
You truly had no idea what she was.
I knew she kept the truth from me. I even suspected she was not truly human, but this... I always thought the so-called elven gods were little more than glorified rulers, but now... I have doubt. And doubt is... an uncomfortable thing, Inquisitor. Just be thankful you did not drink from the well. I am evidently tied to my mother for eternity.
And this is why you need to check your hubris, Morrigan. You don't know everything.
So Kieran had the soul of an old god.
Taken from the archdemon at the final battle of the Fifth Blight. Yes, he has never known anything else. I'm uncertain what effect this will have on him.
But why did you...
I told you at the temple, the magic of old must be preserved, no matter how feared. Kieran had a destiny, and now it is in Flemeth's hands. I suppose we shall see what she does with it.
Indeed we will.
For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing.
Did I? She was testing me, and I cannot tell whether I passed. Now we must prepare to face Corypheus himself. It seems Mother was right. The voices of the well tell me I will be able to match his dragon. All that remains is for you to find him.
And there we have it. That's the final mission, doom upon all the world. Oh my days. That's hard in Hightown. I don't need it. Is that? Yeah, it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave off. Actually, let's face this way. Oop, there goes my timer. Yeah, I'm just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, I don't know if I'll get to doom upon all the world, because I want to go back to Coracavus to pick up the last mosaic piece. I want to have one last round of party camp talks. We also have some war table business to finish up. We might get to it at the very end of the next episode. I'm not entirely sure. It'll either be next episode or the one after, and that feels so weird to me. I'm freaking out. Oh my god. Well, in the next episode, the freak out will continue. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.